Here, and we're about to show you uh, one of the games from the first round of 2 vs 2 tournament organized by Thunder this year. And it's a game between a team called OP, but in fact it's actually LT, I'd rather say, against two guys from MK. I think I'm just gonna go by clan tags instead of the original names, but just for the sake of being precise. uh, One of the teams is called Obsrane Portki, which has slightly nasty and slightly funny meaning in Polish. And the other team is called wait a second, not this team, Mighty Kingdom. So actually they're playing under the clan tag. What is just doing here? Anyway, for some reason Blackie was not hit for a while, but he's back and we're about to start the fight map. As usual in these Nights and Merchants tournaments since quite some time, the first thing that happens in the tournament lobby is that we've got a fight map called Cross, where both teams play for the right of choosing, and then they start choosing maps and the locations. They start banning the maps in case of this tournament. So there we go. We've got Rinhamus and Evil Papagali in the top left corner, while on the bottom right we've got Black Pearl and Harry from LT. Indeed, pretty interesting army combo. There's like no power in melee, really. Really interesting. A lot of shooters. Okay, let's see the entire map. Seems like Harry. It looked like he was rushing for Papagali, but eventually turned back for some reason. Yeah, so they lined up nicely, and I'm wondering if they're ever gonna do something. Doesn't look like they want to do anything. I have a feeling Evil Papagali kinda looked like he was about to storm attack, but this would be a terrible mistake. You can see that both teams really want to win this. There's no stupid movements. It's not the time for it, obviously. But really, the combination of these armies is really bad. It's like there's no horses, there's barely any melee, so you can't even storm attack. So all you can do is like I don't know, just stand and fight. Really, I couldn't agree more with Hamus. Little mistake from Blackie, I think, with this snake here. There was a slight chance he might get shot down, but seems like it's not the case. Okay, it seems like Harry and Blackie are going for Papagali, and there's a catch. We've got a catch over here, and Rinhamus is pretty far away from the fight, so I think they're gonna get a lot of shots from the archers and crossbowmen on Papagali's troops before Ringhamus even starts shooting. This is a pretty bad opening for the left top team here, and I don't really think they should lose this. That being said, it's interesting because Ringhamus nicely surrounds this army, although I don't know. Yeah, he's gonna go to the back here, and Harry is not as powerful as he should be. He probably lost some impact during the attack, but Black, he has a lot of troops left, and it will be very hard for Ringhamus, but still manageable because he managed to finish off lots of Blackie's, yeah, all of the archers from Blackie, and he still has some troops left. This is pretty nice. The only problem is that it's impossible for Ivi Papagali to recover from this, so I don't think MK stand a chance here. It's not impossible, but it's beginning to be impossible to do something here. Yeah, just look at that. Yeah, you need to start shooting, man. And this is a big pain indeed. Yeah, you can see that it's pretty much all over. But it was pretty close. So all in all, good decision from Harry and Blackie to separate one player for long enough to deal a lot of shots. Yeah. Couldn't agree more. Okay. Okay. So I guess there's a 5-minute break or something like this. Okay. He shouldn't have said that. Oh, it looks pretty on the minimap. I don't remember which one was that one, but forget what you know about the middle of the donut. Where we are going, that is the deepest mind. As always, Thunder's, sorry, Mephisto's descriptions do not disappoint. Okay, seems like I have to take a look at the rules. I still didn't read them, so. Okay, welcome, blah blah blah, well known classical, blah 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 blah. There's nothing in the rules about. Oh, wait a second, yeah. Play a tactical game on map cross. The winner team is Team A, and they ban Team A, and they ban 2 maps first. After Team B bans 2, Team A bans 2. Whoa, interesting. Team B bans 2. Team A choose locks first. How many maps? 9 plus 1. Aha, plus 1 is cross. Okay. Uh, okay, quick check if everything's working. Not really sure.
Sound resumed. Welcome back.
Hello, Filko, we're live.
Hey.
Okay, so we've got Filko here. Some of you might know him. To those who don't know him, this is Filko.
They should know me.
Yes, I also think so.
I'm a very colorful person. My personality is very pleasant.
Yes, I mean, I wouldn't say it's pleasant, maybe, but yeah, you get the point.
Could be better. Never mind.
Yes.
So yes, hello everyone who's watching and listening.
Yeah, we just finished cross, and it looks like the LTs won cross. It was very close, but they managed to win. So they are running the maps right now, and that's the moment when I have to take a look at the list of the maps. Okay, so LTs banned so far: Crystalline Falls, Shadow Realm, uh, Golden Cliffs, and Complication in Simplicity, while MK's banned Mira, Eruption, Idei, Silver, which leaves us Akna, if I remember correctly. Idei and Silver, yeah. So this leaves us Akna. Okay, seems like we're waiting.
Okay, so to be honest, I've never played on this map and I've never seen it. So I think it's high time I checked it. The location seems to be quite open, quite some space to build on. Plenty of trees on each location, so I assume there should be no problem with the trees, with wood.
Hold on for a second. I'm opening the editor to take a look because I'm completely unfamiliar with this map.
Yeah,
Oh, that one looks
map
pretty
is quite
lovely.
open. I mean, I don't like maybe the battlefields. I mean, it could be a bit more open, I think,
Yeah,
because the passages and everything looks quite. The battlefield to me looks like a little bit like two 1v1s, but I can be wrong. I've never played here, so
yeah. It's hard for me to judge the size of this map, but you can notice one thing right away that the battlefield is artificially separated on top and on the bottom. So in fact, you have like half of the battlefield available in the middle of the map. Uh, it's hard for me to say right now, but I don't think it would be a problem that there will be like 1v1s here. But I need to see how they will like stand with their troops after peacetime to
and you
say
know,
more.
Sado, what is quite interesting? The
Yeah.
amount of food in the storehouse, because there is only
Oh,
10 sausages.
yeah. Very strange food. And 60 bread and 60 wine and 20 fish.
What is the
Uh,
normal amount of bread? Something like 30 or something?
yeah, I think something like 60, 30 or 40, 15, and it's like there's a lot of bread here, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I think it might make the start a bit easier because there'll be a bit. But I think it's a bit better than what you usually have, right? You can feed a bit more people this way. Okay, still waiting for Harry.
Hey, wake up.
Well, they should take the sweet time in the lobby.
Yes.
So we're definitely starting slow today.
Hey, wake up.
But there's also one more thing because I didn't notice it previously. Is the amount of iron that they have on each location. Every player can have 6 mines of iron, which is
Ooh,
enormous amount of.
yeah, this is
And you
pretty
can go
strange.
fully iron. yeah, they
Mm-hmm.
go fully iron on such a map. So, um, yeah, I'm curious what, let's say, what um, mixture of units they're gonna choose. If they will go typically with the leather bows and some swordsmen, or rather change the style and go, for example, more into iron. So maybe some like 30 crossbows, 30 swords or something. I have no idea. And that's nice. That's something new, I would say.
Yeah. Maybe I'll switch for a second to the other window so everyone can see the map because we're waiting for a very long time. And yeah, that's how it looks like. As Filko mentioned before, we've got 6 iron mines, as you can see here. Um, what do you think about the amount of space for farms, etc.? I think there's not a lot. I don't know actually, but yeah,
Come again, and not a lot.
like
What?
not. What do you think about the farming space?
No, I think there's plenty of space to farm.
Yeah, it's always very hard for me to get the scale right before I can see the actual
And I'll
city.
just I'll just
Yeah,
make some
hmm
simple fast how it could work and how could it be
yeah, like 8 farm gaming or maybe more.
easily.
Yeah,
Easily just cut off some trees. Uh, I mean, especially the location bottom left-hand corner. You can easily place there 9 farms or even more.
yeah,
So I mean, no, every location is quite open. There's plenty of space for everything. So I think not it won't be any problem.
yes,
Some proper advertisement.
yes. Uh, Safe for work, definitely. That link.
Yes, yes, I gotta say
But I
for work.
think the way Mexican T is probably streaming there, I think he can get some extra viewers if his camera is on. But uh, I'm not gonna do the same shit here because I don't think that's something I would like to do. So yeah, I'll let Maxi get his own audience with his own methods.
To be honest, I don't know if it's worth getting banned uh, for such. Uh,
Yeah, yeah,
how to call it?
we know what you want to say, even if you don't know what you want to say. So
A bit of
yeah,
perversy maybe
yeah,
in it.
yeah. I mean, there's platforms for everything. I guess you can.
Yes, of course, for everyone, for everything. Yes,
Uh,
fully agree.
okay, since we're waiting and waiting, maybe I can show the rules for a second and the standings, how they look right now.
So it seems to me that MK guys are getting some pretty hell of a pre-builds
Yeah,
of the locations, some like 10 farms gaming. Um,
yeah. I mean, if it helps them, I don't think the
yeah, why
LT
not?
guys
Why not?
mind it.
Why not?
Uh,
Pre-building is also some kind of a style. I mean,
of course.
freestyle. Pre-building is something odd, something different, but they have some things. They have something in common for sure. But overall, I personally don't find it. I don't find it.
Nice.
No, no, I don't find it bad or something that you pre-build. Well, especially in the tournament. But for example, in some casual games, it is not necessary to make pre-builds every game. Um, yeah, but this is tournament, so it's obvious that you want to perform the best you can.
Yeah, obviously. One interesting remark from Thunder on chat is that he believes that it's a perfect decision to play Akna against LTs because they are pretty well known for the iron only style. Like you can easily on a map like this just just spam the iron troops and make the difference a bit smaller. That's at least that's his point. I think I slightly agree with this. Uh, Still, I don't know if there's gonna be a big difference for the LTs themselves, but I guess we'll see in a few minutes because they're finally starting. Right? Yeah, they finally started. Okay, so before we take a look at the game, because skill building is never interesting, let's take a last look at the standings as they look like right now. In the first round, we had 4 games already. We've had Red Star with General Star and Red win over Motherland with Grossmeister and Ritter des Todes. The second game was Hydra and Zoltan against Mexican Tea and Snow. So MK versus Ista, and the Istas won this. Today there was a stream of a game from a Russian streamer called Machina Smierti. Pretty interesting game. Not sure if you Filko saw it. Between Thunder and David on one side and us and Lothard on the other side. Did you see that one?
Not really.
Okay. Well, basically, it was a pretty campy game. You could expect that because Ars and Lothard are well known for the reluctance to attack. At least that's what I keep hearing all the time. Like league kind of style for playing KaM. And they had 2 locations on Golden Cliffs which were like untouchable. 3 and 4 locations in the bottom left. So it was pretty hard to do anything because they didn't even go out with their armies for a very long time. And after the Hungarians attacked, it wasn't perfect attack, but never mind that. The situation went a bit better for the campers because it was just easier to defend against the attack of the Hungarians, and they eventually won. But still, it was I think it was a bit more interesting game than the ones I had a pleasure to stream so far, because both games I shown were pretty short, and I'm really hoping this is not going to happen today. And just to finish up, the 4th game was Napek and B versus Glovica and Gladiator. Glovica and Gladiator won that one. So now we're watching a game between, where are they? Obsrane Podki and Mighty Kingdom. Yeah. Okay, well, do you want to comment on the name of LT guy's team, or not really?
No.
Okay, let's leave it like that.
I mean, I have nothing against their name. I find it quite hilarious.
Yes, I
But-
agree. Yeah, go on.
Sorry, I have nothing to add.
Yeah, okay. So I guess next 10 minutes are going to be pretty uneventful. We can see the players making some buildings, but before they start making the gold smelters also, I guess it will be pretty much impossible to say what kind of strategy they might be going for, or who is faster and who is slower than the other players. Um, so yeah, I guess we have to wait.
Okay, so there will be a change, I suppose, in the rooster.
What kind of change?
In my rooster, in my team.
Yeah.
But I gotta talk with Thunder if it's possible to do such a switch.
Yeah, I mean, these kind of issues always happened. That when someone had to be switched in one of the teams, so I guess every tournament eventually had this problem. It's a bit unfortunate, but I guess it happens all the time. So you can't do much about it, I guess. But still, I hope you find a new teammate and that
Maybe we will see. We'll see
yeah, it will be
what will
possible.
the host of the tournament will say
Yeah,
about the situation. So
yeah, I
pray for
guess
this hashtag. Pray for the switch.
yes,
Okay,
Yeah.
so you can donate us some money for the switch.
yes. Because to find a new teammate, he will have to be paid, right? Yeah. So I think that's a very good idea to get some donations, as long as I can get all the money, at least most of the money. Ah, this is unfortunate. By the way, this is a pretty interesting woodcutter, don't you think?
Wait a minute, I gotta check this. Uh, Well, I don't know. I would leave this space for some, I think, for the quarry or something, but not for the woodcutter. Personally, I wouldn't choose this place.
Yeah.
I would just, I would place just 5 quarries straight, and my first late woodcutter would be in the place where he has his 5th not ready quarry. So I don't know. It's his choice. So I would personally maybe go more to the left for the just to cut off the small forest on the left under the iron mines. But we will see. Maybe his vision is better than mine. No idea.
I can't
Well,
really decide what I think about it, because on one hand, this is pretty much the only place you can make a planting only woodcutter, at least kind of planting
to be
only.
honest, Sado, to be honest, he doesn't need any planting woodcutter because there's
Yeah,
plenty of
you're right.
trees
Yeah,
under. So I don't really find it necessary.
yeah, definitely. Well, that that means you're probably right that it might be a little mistake. Oh,
No,
but
I
you can
don't know
see,
if it's a mistake, but
yeah.
I don't think it's quite necessary. He could have saved some more time for example, making first
Exactly.
farm quite faster. Um, but I don't know, we'll see. And also, I don't really like the placement of this already because the woodcutters should be a little bit. Personally, I would place them like few tiles under or lower, let's say, so they can reach for more trees and be more efficient, especially later on. But I suppose he will make just one big forest here, so mainly his wood production will take. I mean, the sawmills. Sawmills gonna take most of the trees from here, from the down here.
About what you said, it's not the worst place for these woodcutters, because once this is brought down, there will be plenty of space for planting later on. So looking if he's looking to have his woodcutters future proof, this is a pretty good choice. But obviously, in the first couple minutes, they are not as efficient as they could be. Still, for two woodcutters, maybe there's plenty of space already here. So I think I still like it. Yeah. Oh.
Personally, I don't think it's quite needed to
Mm-hmm.
place 3 farms one by one so early.
Yeah. I'd rather go like this,
Yeah, maybe like
for
one farm
example. At least
beneath, just
that one.
like
Yeah.
yeah, just one farm beneath. So this
Mm-hmm.
like farm beneath would just um, uh, how do we say it in English? S- no, not Sue. Plant or seed? No,
Seed.
it's not this. Seed, maybe seed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's seed.
But
So this
yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah.
He did it. No, he just removed this.
Lol.
So
Okay, so he just
yeah,
wasted some time for it. Okay.
maybe it was planned. No idea. But yeah, but for now looks stabilized. I really like the fast farm from Harry. Um, all of the players, I think they have some nice timings with the gold production. Mm,
Actually, there's more than 6 iron mines. Now I noticed these
really?
mountains. Like you can see that
Ah, yes, it is above
Blackie
as well
has
here.
this,
And this.
Hadid has this, and then you've got all the stuff in
So it's
the
like
middle.
9, I think, 9 in total, Sado, because
At
this is
least,
like
yeah, at
6
least,
here and 3 here at least.
yeah.
So I don't know who made this map, but he's crazy.
Thunder, yeah. Uh, taking a look at the chat, because someone accused me of not looking at the chat last time, and it hurt me so badly. uh, so Gevold says that he doesn't believe Akna is good for the battle. And sorry, Mexican tea, I'm not gonna free my nipples. Uh, can't do that.
Why not?
Sorry. I mean,
Why not?
uh,
I mean,
it's like
male, female, male, females, male
male
nipples are
females. Yes,
acceptable.
yes, Fitco, male females. Let's not.
Sorry, I've seen the grapefruit technique and some Twitch today. Some links from
Yes.
Mexico. So bear
Yeah,
that.
yeah, I can imagine. The hell you went through today. Yeah. So anyway, trying to change the topic from the nipples, because I don't think this stream needs more of them. Let's take a look at the bases. Yeah, but this map is really. I wish I could see some peacetime 100 players trying to play on this map. Obviously, it's only 2 versus 2, so they probably don't play maps like this. But the locations are enormous, and the amount of resources here is pretty big. Especially wood and iron is pretty interesting, and the locations are so huge that you need a lot of time to make a proper base here, which makes me think that this map would be better suited for peacetime 80 at least,
And
as strange as it sounds.
yeah, and you've asked me about the amount of space for the farms.
Yeah, that was a
It is
mistake.
quite yeah, and look at this. He's
Hmm.
like this is like for 15 farms map. I
Yeah,
mean, at least
exactly.
this location.
Uh, we could like make I don't know 10 quaddies and just start making roads everywhere, like 40 builders, 200 serfs. Base like that could easily work there, assuming you had enough time to build it. So probably not best
Yes.
idea for tournament played with 1 hour
Mhm,
to be
mhm.
building such a base, but it would be possible for a longer peacetime, I guess. Actually, it could be interesting to see a tournament for peacetime 100 played on maps like this one. I could see something like this can happen, but there's not a
100
lot
piece
of.
time.
I don't think there's a lot of maps like this unless you know some. Maybe our viewers know some huge maps which would work for the peacetime 100 tournament. I'm afraid I wouldn't even know how to commentate a tournament like that, but that's another story.
Mhm.
I don't feel like this.
One Road Gaming.
Yeah.
Yeah, he will have some problems here. I mean, maybe not so much problems, but later on, I suppose he will add just one more road here. So I think this placement of stable is on purpose, so he can fit in
Connected, yeah.
something between
Hmm.
the sawmill. But I have no idea if these are going to be two buildings of like 4 tiles, or I think yes.
Yeah, it looks like two buildings of 4 tiles. What's the English word? Oh, crap.
With?
With, yeah.
Yeah,
I always
nice.
struggle with that
So
one.
English with Southern Kirko.
Yes. It's
Nice.
been a long time.
It's been a long time.
But this area of the city looks fine. The shortcuts are okay, but
Hmm.
I think that more important thing would be to make a shortcut like this, at least from the top of the storehouse
Hmm.
to like here, because you can see that's the area where they have the biggest problem at the moment to move.
Yes, but still, I think this road wouldn't be so helpful because most of the, for example, if he's making coal mines here, so Serbs would still choose to go through this one, through this path.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Uh, so I really don't think it would be so helpful, but maybe I don't know.
I need to observe someday what happens in a case where, for example, imagine a surf standing over here
Mhm.
and a huge traffic jam here. You don't even have to imagine, as you can see. And when he has an alternate path like this, what will he do? Will he decide at some point, oh, we've got a situation like this here, but he doesn't have alternate way, so we will probably never know.
Mhm.
But maybe, I mean, yeah, I don't know if such a shortcut would help indeed. Yeah.
Okay, so I already know what's going on in Harry's base. This is going to be, I don't know if it's going to be a horse rush, but this will be definitely going for some trade because he's placing some market here.
Yeah, pretty early.
I mean, this is most probable scenario for, no, he's not doing this yet.
Hmm.
Okay, he's blocking the space here.
Yeah,
Uh,
interesting.
but yeah, but most probably this will be something like iron-based army composition with many
Mm-hmm.
horses, because you know first table means you will have, if this table works, you will most probably have something about like 15 plus horses from only one stable.
Yeah,
So we'll see. Most probably horse style gaming.
you didn't mention. I mean, you implied that, but I will mention it explicitly. The iron production is really fast in his
Ah,
base.
yes, of course. Three
Which
iron mines.
supports what you just said, that this is either a horse rush or a heavily iron based with a lot of horses kind of
Hmm.
army.
Yeah, because
Uh,
he can, to be honest, make like a triple iron here because he can make easily double iron production from here, and he can just take some coal from here and some iron from here, and he can like make it fully iron. But on 60p Slim Gaming, I don't think it's worth it.
Yeah, I don't think it's worth it either.
And he could add some more farm fields here, but just a bit off. Like,
Just a bit, like this, yeah.
yeah, like reading my mind.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I wonder where he will stop, because I don't think he'll be satisfied with 4 iron mines, but then the other iron mountain is really far away, so he would have to make a really big base, and there's just simply not enough time for this. How about we just take a look at the left side?
Yeah. Especially, I would take a look at the Rinham's base because
Yeah.
I
Pretty
mean,
fast.
there's not. I mean, I don't find it bad or anything bad right
Yeah.
now, but the placement is quite strange to me personally because he could, for example, manage to place every buildings connected with the leather production rather on the right, and just to use this space here where he wants to make his no, this space under the iron mines, he would just use this for something else, I think.
Yeah, if I was
But I don't know,
himself,
it's just a vision, you know, just my opinion, my point of view, so it's that it doesn't matter, to be honest.
yeah, I mean, I would
If it
probably,
works, it works.
I would, actually, yeah, I was thinking for a second that maybe the best thing to do here would be to place iron production here, but after a bit of thought, I think this is just as good place as any, and having farms on the left, along with I think also some woodcutters later on, means that there will not be as much movement as there could be on the left side, which could be good for the traffic jams in this area. Like if this will be like dead space without many serfs moving here, then I think this will be less of a traffic jam. Currently, it's really terrible because everyone tries to go to inn at the moment, and Nihamus is also lacking a few shortcuts and a few buildings here, so the base needs to go a bit to the right at the moment, you know. So that's why we've got a massive traffic jam, but I don't think he can avoid it on this location. I'm not saying even that there's any mistake. In fact, I think that he's doing a pretty good job so far, and comparing it to Harry, it's not that far behind. You can see he's got 4 farms, so slightly better than Harry in theory. And you can see he went for a ladder instead of fast horses, so it's simply a different choice. What do you think about Harry versus Ringhamus at the moment?
Harry versus Rinhamus.
Yeah.
Pretty late swine farms from Rinhamus. And already 3 horses from Harry. This says anything. This says anything, everything, to be honest.
You might be right. Still, if I may say one thing before you continue, sometimes it doesn't benefit the player that much if he's faster with something, but because, for example, you can completely skip wood production and just go for gold, and then you have nothing to make your buildings with, right? It's only an example. I mean more like a situation like where you rush something too fast and you don't have something else what you need as well as a consequence. So yeah, it looks better for Harry at the moment, but I guess we have to see how it will look later on.
Yes, but
Yeah.
I think it would be a bit better if Rinhamus made his swine farm something like with the better timing. For example, something like 22nd minute of the gameplay. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Something like Harry did with this table. And he would just, add the second swine farm like later on, for example, in 27th, 8th minute. So this one swine farm could work only by itself for some time. Same situation like with this table. And later on he could, just add more swine farms to it just to make the production bigger and better for
But
the.
sorry, sorry
Mhm.
to interrupt, but I don't think I agree with you because of one simple reason. He's got two, and Harry has only one, and you can see which of these two guys has a problem to use all his con. If there was some slowdown in Hamus base, I wouldn't point it at the swine farms. I would rather point it at the farms. But I'm not sure how much he produced, so I can't really say at the moment. Yeah, given that he didn't make any
Mhm.
picks yet, it might actually be the problem here. Like Hade is probably a bit
Yeah,
faster
like
with
I
his
get
farms.
your point 100%, and I agree, but personally, I would just go rather into the Harris way, just to
Mm-hmm.
make one fast stable, just to make start producing from early minutes,
Mm-hmm.
as early as possible, and just later on add something. But this is something totally different with the stables. Um,
Yeah, I mean, I just meant that if something was slower in Ninhamus's base, then it would be farms and not swine farms. That was my point. And indeed, like you said, Hade has like already 4 horses. Winhamus, well, he's got 1 pig, but he's using 2 buildings. I still think it looks like Winhamus has a bit slower production, but yeah, maybe. I
mhm.
don't know. He's got he's got a bit more farms right now, so there's a huge chance he's gonna overtake Hade soon. I think, yeah. And Hade doesn't seem to be interested, by the way, to make leather production. I think.
Yeah, this is the thing I've said earlier about the stable, that this one stable can produce him something like more than 15, 16 horses easily, with three farms. And I think he will just add, one more stable, something like in
Hmm.
10 minutes or something, just to
Exactly.
make it more. Because as you can see, he has already 6 horses from this one stable, whereas Rinhamus, he has only like he has made till now only 3 pigs
Yeah.
from two swines.
Hmm.
So you know, well, swines and stables are totally different things, and I really don't quite get it why Rinhamus is placing right now fifth quarry, where he has like 25 stones stored in his storehouse. I really don't get it. I don't know why he's doing this, and also I don't know why Evil Papagali made 7 woodcutters, and he has only 3 farms right now.
Hmm.
I don't know. Maybe it's some kind of well, I don't know. And I think he should. Yes, I mean, if I were him, I would just try to use more here, like would
Hmm.
place at least like 8 coal mines here, just
Um,
to exploit this. You
can
know,
he place anything here?
I
Probably yes,
think
but
yes. I think yes. Like
looks like, yeah.
yes, I
Hmm.
think he can, and something like 8 coal mines here, just to make them faster here, so he can have faster production for more iron. And later on, if if he lacks some coal mines, of the coal mines are going to be exploited, he would just transfer to the right side later on, something
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah,
the building or something. But mm, it's his choice, so.
yeah. Looking at this entire area, I think this is like total freestyle build from Evil Papagali, and I really don't like the planning in this part of the city. I mean, if I wanted to do what he seems to be planning to do, which is I think like a small ladder production with like 6 farms, maybe late stable, something like this, like kinda normal style gaming, and he still wants to take this coal, then he should probably build in a bit different way. Like do something so he has more buildings here and less here. Oh, maybe. No, no, no. Sorry. More buildings like here. So he can gradually go to the right side. Maybe make the iron buildings from here, on the right here. Something like this, for example. So he could make it natural to use that coal field. Because if you have some iron buildings here, then it's not that far away to get coal from there, right? And it will also work in his favor later on when he makes the iron mines from there. So I don't really get the way he's building, because right now his base is mainly like the center of this base is somewhere like here, and I just don't get the planning here. You know, I don't think it's gonna be efficient. What do you think about it?
To be honest, I don't know either. Uh, I think we need just 5 minutes to figure out what it is going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like 20 minutes almost to the end of peacetime, so most of the players are starting to, producing some armors and some weapons. And comparing the teams left and right. Shame this is not beta, because we would just, switch on some
Yeah,
new
statistics
functions
would be
and
easier.
just check on the statistics. Yes.
Yeah, gotta
And
do
you
this
are
old
pointing-
school.
Yeah, and you are pointing me the typical full 5 full farms.
Exactly, 5 full farms. That's exactly what I thought about when I saw this.
Okay. It looks like it's working, so it's not bad though,
Hmm.
for sure. I don't know if what it's going to be. Seems to me like he's going more for pikes now, but I can be wrong.
You
But
know,
still, he has something like 20 minutes till the end of peacetime, so this may be quite solid peacetime army.
you know what? To me, it looks like he started with a full base, and then like literally full base, because you can see this is full base, like 2+1, 5 farms, and then he expands both his iron production to be double iron soon, and his farms will be expanded soon as well. Pretty interesting
So
opening.
he's like
Copying
I
the
don't know
full
how,
style.
I don't know how to call it. So he's like developing the full style. Yes.
I
So
think
it's like yeah.
I think it's a full style LT version with added extra iron. It fits, yeah. Like if full played in our clan, he would play like this definitely. Interesting. But there's one very important question from the chat. I saw it a bit before, but I didn't want to break off from the discussion. So now I'm going to present the question, and I think Filko will be the best person to explain. The question is, hello, what means obsrane podki, please? Filko, if you could please explain. I could
You
explain
want
as
the
well.
No, you wanted the literal definition or like the more polite?
Uh, let's.
I mean,
I think.
it's not even rude, but
Yeah, I think it can be said like it's not impolite if you say the real version, right?
Okay, so shall I translate it right now? So, shitted. Oh, Jesus. Well, obstrane portki, this is simply shitted pants. I would
Exactly.
say.
I agree.
Or the pants in shit or something, whatever, as you wish. But it
Yes,
is mainly connected with pants and with shit. So, as
exactly.
you can guess, well, it's nothing,
Impolite.
violating the rules, I think,
Yeah.
of the tournament or something. So, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if the organizers didn't find anything wrong with it, and then I don't think there's an issue.
Yes, exactly. By the way, shout out to our hosted organizer and our fundator, Thunder,
Yes,
also
and
known as uh, Hugh Noob.
yeah, exactly, the Hungarian noob.
Yes, Hungarian Noob for
Thanks
sure.
for organizing this tournament. I myself know very well how organizing tournaments is pretty nasty business. So you have to be tough to do this thing, definitely.
Hmm.
Uh, so thanks a lot for doing this. Uh, and of course, let's remind everyone that this pretty map called Akna was made by none other than Thunder himself. Uh, I must say that not always I like his style, but in this case it definitely is something pretty nice. It looks like a little bit of a flow deck style, I would even say, similar to maps like what's it called? The 1v1 map, the one that's pretty popular in the league, made by Florek. I forgot, but it's a jungle-based map, so yeah.
Hmm.
I,
I wish I could help you, but I can't because
yeah,
I don't remember neither. So.
yeah, but probably someone will know on the chat, so no worries.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, what's the time? It's 15 minutes to peacetime. Uh, so I think we could take a little look at all the bases quickly, to try and anticipate what kind of combination, what kind of army everyone will have. Starting with Harry, what can you say about Harry, Filko?
And what can I say? This is going to be double iron for sure, as we've said already. Already 12 horses, so it means it will be, no, 13 right now. So easily around 20 there will be in his barracks. Um, and what else? His army composition, as we've said as well, fully ironed, mm, with the purpose of, let's say, something like a horse rush, but with mixture of more iron melee. Um, and yeah, maybe we will see something with exposed, most probably. I don't know what are you pointing here because I can see the mark on the map. Okay.
Market.
I mean, okay, okay. So he's trading. Okay, so he's trading right now. Wood to iron, so it means he's going aggressively for iron. So most probably we'll see something like I've said, crossbows and swordsman, and in his case, swordsman, crossbowmen, and horses. So this is, I think, this is the strongest composition I think in the KaM Remake. If we are not talking about the beta, of course. Mm, and he looks quite solid right now.
Definitely.
And
Quite
in
scary.
12 minutes, I have no idea how much he can produce with his 4 armor smithies. So we will just see. We just need to be patient just to get the result. Um,
I think it works more or less like double iron. Usually, when someone is making swordman only, I'm counting that he's making like one swordman per minute, more or less, you know. So in case of two, and they're working quite well. Oh, let me think, let me think. But there's only armors produced here, so it's gonna be twice as many armors. It's not going to be easy to count this crap, but I'm gonna try. Um, oh, come on. Okay, so let's say he's gonna make 3 units per 1 minute instead of 2, because it's not swordmen being made now, but pikes and crossbows. Okay, so 3 units per minute. I think he's aiming for something like 70 iron troops on peacetime.
mhm. Yeah,
Ah,
it's quite possible to have it. I mean, it's quite
well.
easy.
I didn't do
Already
such.
done.
I didn't do so many quick maths since I was trying to go to university. So yeah, um, I was about to say one more thing. We've been talking about the roads in this city before, and I said that it would be nice to have a shortcut here. And I think I just got proven wrong. There's no problem at all in his base regarding the roads, and these roads are working beautifully. And there's a lot of shortcuts here, so I think he's pretty much fine here. And that you were right, Filko, that such a shortcut on the right would be quite useless. I mean, it wouldn't help in this particular case.
Easy.
Like you said, there's
1-0.
no buildings here. Yeah, 1-0 for you. Now let's take a look at Nilhamus maybe.
Where is he?
Maybe I'll try to say something about him. Right now he's got a pretty much classic army, although it doesn't seem like he's going for bowman. Am I right?
Militia combined.
No. I think
Throwing axes or something.
goes for X-Men. Yeah, maybe not throwing axes because
Yeah.
unfortunately we can't do that in this game. But melee only
Like
is
he's going-
interesting.
Sorry, I'm not interrupting.
No worries. What else can I say? This looks, melee only combo. Pretty interesting. Some horses to that. Definitely doesn't look as powerful as Harry's army, but I think we might be getting there. Because with leather, there's not a lot of leather there. There's 6 farms, so kinda classic city with 6 farms. I don't think it's gonna be a massive number, but obviously he believes that melee only may be an effective strategy against what he expects the LTs to do. He probably expected a massive iron army with maybe some X-bows. Oh, interesting idea. What can you say about it? The base, the melee only strategy?
Sorry, but I switched off for a little bit. We're talking about Ringhamus or you switched?
Yes,
Like,
Winhouse.
okay, so still Ringhamus.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at the timer, I'd say it's not that good. Simply because he has only like 10 X-Men for now, 15, 14, 14 swordsmen, which is, well, it could be better for sure. But you know, it's still 7 minutes, so in these 7 minutes, everything can happen. To be honest, if his base is productive enough, he can catch up with some numbers. But I have no idea. KaM is quite unpredictable, so can't say 100% how it's going to be look like on the end of this time. But well, it could be better, and I really am curious why there's no bows in his composition, which is, well, firepower is quite. It's like DPS in MMORPG games.
Yeah.
You need the DPS in order, you know, to deal damage. So if he has no DPS, where's the damage and how he can produce this? He wants to round units, I think, on this map because this map is quite.
I think, if I may interrupt, maybe his idea is to swarm the enemy and somehow go on his X-bows with horses, but I'm not sure if this is gonna even work because you really need a lot of troops to attack a lot of crossbows and not get them killed easily and fast. So
I've
I don't
just
know.
said, like a few seconds ago,
Yeah.
kurde in Polish, which means, hash dang it.
Yeah,
Why
more or
I
less.
said that? Well, if you look at the evil Papagali's barracks, you'll have the answer. So they are doing this strange mixture that one guy will be responsible only for melee, and the other
Oh.
guy will be responsible only for shooters. And
That's
so I assume they will stay entire game together. There will no splitting. There will just be one big group of units controlled like by each
okay.
player.
There's one little thing I want to ask about though. Why the hell does he make shields?
I mean, I don't know if he will trade it to horses. some some
Yeah,
Arabian
I think.
horseman shooters. I don't know.
Uh,
But no, this is not a
hmm,
stronghold.
I
So
don't
I
get
have
it.
no idea, to be honest. I don't get it neither.
Seems like a
Uh,
mistake, or I mean, yeah, a mistake, definitely.
well, it must be a mistake, but maybe
Hmm.
he changed his mind like in the middle of setting the production in his iron armor smithies. I have no idea. Looks quite odd to me,
Hmm.
but maybe I don't know. But me personally, right now it looks like mm, this composition. Maybe this composition would work, but in other circumstances. Only if they had more, much more, because Rinhamus will have something like not even 30 swordsmen and 30 axemen. He
Hmm.
won't have. So like 60 melee from him. I mean, not even 60, like 50 something. It's not
Yeah,
much,
yeah,
especially that
for two
he will
players.
have to. Yeah, he will have to
Hmm.
against like two players with his only melee, and everything depends on their cooperation. If they work fine, it's okay. But I personally don't like this idea to split the army composition in two. Um, I don't know. I don't know really, especially that oh no, he doesn't lack recruits right now. Well, I don't really know. I just really find it very odd to me. It's something I wouldn't expect. Mm, I mean, if they had more, it maybe would work, but not really. I think not really in this case.
Yeah, I think there's 2 minutes till peacetime, so I think this is a really good time to take a look at uh, all the bases and amounts of troops. So maybe starting with Blackie because we didn't review his base, so let's start with him at least. We've got 12 horses, about 20 pikes, and maybe a few X-Men, but not too many right now, and about 30 bowmen. Seems like
Hmm.
a bit of everything.
Yes.
I don't want to call this full-style army, but almost.
I think he has 80
1 minute left.
armors. Okay, so just do the
Yeah,
standard thing. Just say
yeah.
everything about the barracks
Okay.
and
Evil Papagali, about 46 bowmen and 23 due to the mistake X-Men, sorry, crossbows. 10 horses from Rinhamus along with a million combo. This is pretty strange and not enough numbers for sure. And Harry, whoa. I mean, he's gonna have about 70 units just like I predicted, but a bit more armors than that, so probably gonna have a nice farm after peacetime and 20 horses from him. Pretty interesting iron only combo, and you can see from from how the bases look like that the right side is not done yet. They're definitely about to make double iron completing their bases, and they're going to get more and more powerful in the upcoming minutes. So I'm going to leave you, Filko, with the conclusion. What's the conclusion about who's gonna win this? What do you think?
I'm pretty bad prophet, but my prophecy. What my prophecy looks like. Total domination from the right side,
Mm,
simply because their composition and their composition is much stronger.
yeah.
If you just compare each player with another, um, I would say that, for example, Harry versus Rinhamus, this is total domination for Harry because he has enough melee units
Mm-hmm.
to counter his like 60 melee from Rinhamus, and also he has firepower, which Rinhamus lacks. But as we've said, as we've seen, this is their style. They just want to split their roles in two. So okay, and the bottom. I mean, to be honest, we can't like compare it in this manner.
Yeah.
So I would just say, that in general, in total, summing up the units and everything, the right side has in favor, I'd say.
Yeah, just like you said, it's hard to compare because the left side decided to split melee and ranged between two players. But like you said about Rinhamus, his army number is not that great. I would say that it's a bit better maybe in case of Ivy Papagali. However, without enough melee from Rinhamus and with a little mistake where Papagali made some shields instead of what's it called? Instead of armors. I think it also does not bode too well for him. It's a real shame that he made these armors unnecessarily because otherwise I think his ranged units would be pretty good number. Unless I missed something, of course. Yeah, and regarding something completely different, something else that I mentioned today, Muli says that the name of the map was Welcome to the Jungle, and of the song as well. Uh, but you are partially right, but also not right because there were two maps from Flodek, which were very similar in the style, and I meant the other one. But yeah, I actually knew about Welcome to the Jungle, just don't remember the second one. I'm looking through the list of maps right now to find it because it was Conquest of Paradise. Yeah, it's
Ah,
like a
yeah,
better,
Conquest of
it's like
Paradise.
a playable version of Welcome to the Jungle because
Hmm.
Welcome to the Jungle was interesting in style. Maybe it was not looking as good enough as it should, but it was something new. But Conquest of Paradise was like really nice looking map. Uh, Maybe not all like the mountains on the locations are pretty meh, but the mountains on the battlefield are just I've never seen something like this in this game. Like this jungle kind of feeling is pretty nice. And I think Akna also tries to show a similar kind of style here. So yeah, I can heavily recommend Conquest of Paradise. Pretty interesting map for 1v1. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Do you
Yeah.
have do you have anything to add, Vilko, at the moment?
Yeah, so I just want to say, guys, don't be disappointed if game ends in 5 minutes or 10, or 10, because really, well, I guess the left side complicated their style too much. Their split of roles is quite. I really don't get it personally, and I don't find it quite useful, especially in the tournament. I mean, maybe in the
Mm-hmm.
tournament it may help or something. I don't know, but you know, it is quite odd, really. As I've said, it's quite odd. And of course, they will have much better vision on the map and much better control. I mean, the right side, of course. The What's the name of their team? Yes, I forgot. El Taco or something. What? Oh, never
Hold
mind.
on, sorry.
LTs. LTs.
El Taco, yeah, El
Yeah.
Taco, LT.
So,
But I think El Taco is a pretty nice name, and we'll definitely use that one in our
okay.
fake clan tags.
Okay. So, as you will see just in a minute, the control of the map will be in favor of the team El Taco or LT team.
Yes, I like this.
Um, 100%. And of course, Rinhamus is losing his horse right now, most probably. And he doesn't have much, so every horse is uh,
Important.
pretty
Yeah.
important, yes.
Well, not too
Mm.
hard,
Hmm.
that's for sure.
So the bottom of the map, no, Rinhamus is scouting here, so okay. But as you can see, most of the map is visible only for the team on the right side,
Mm.
and they completely, totally dominate it
Another one bites
in the
the
middle.
dust.
Yes.
Ah, but Minhamus still has a lot of horses. I thought he's gonna have a bit less, but he had like 10?
He had something like 8 or 9, something like this.
He has 8 right now, and he
So
lost
had
2.
something like okay.
So he had something like 8, 9, probably. Yeah.
I really don't know what's going on with. Okay, he just switched the production. The evil
Cool.
Papagali switched the
Ah.
production with from the shields to armors right now. He closed the delivery to barracks of this. Okay, and now he's trading shields into armors. So that was definitely a mistake,
Yeah, yeah.
and he just figured out too late.
Yeah,
Right?
I mean, at this moment, yeah, but yeah, this is a shitty situation because he either has to trade it away and get it right now, or maybe it would be actually a better. I nah, there's no good solution here really. Just a
So he
terrible
just tried.
mistake.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so he will just lose like 10 more than 10 shields per
yeah.
turn. I mean 10 actually 10 armors rather than shields because
Like
he aims for the
yeah,
armors right now. So in other case, if he hadn't made this mistake, he would have produced 25 crossbows more.
mm-hmm.
In this
Damn shame.
situation, yeah, in this time he's lacking armors, so shame.
Yeah,
Okay, so now they will just most probably they will just how do we call it? Join the no, not
the
join, but
forces. Yeah,
yeah, join the forces. How?
yeah.
Okay,
That's how said.
okay, so they will just join
Yeah.
the forces, and the magic will begin soon.
Yeah. Problem is that LTs also are joining the forces soon. Whoa, would you look at that? These horses are massive.
Yes. Uh, the wait, so Harry has something like 20. Wait, 5, 4, more than 20 horses. Combined with the horses from Blackie, it is something like more than 30 horses, and they have both something like almost 50 or less spikes. And of course, the firepower is, I would say, even bigger than the team on the left side, even though they have also crossbows. But Harry has how many crossbows? 6 and 5, 30 crossbows from him, whereas Evil Papagali has something like 20
Yeah,
only, 23 right now, if I
yeah,
count well. So I wouldn't say that. Yeah, I frankly can say that the team on the left side is in quite bad situation. In bad, oh, they just simply don't have enough units to protect, to fight
yeah,
with such, with only with this. To be honest, this is like this is
yeah,
how do they call it in StarCraft 2? Death ball, something like this. The
yeah,
the best composition of the army and the strongest one. This is like death ball, and just destroys everything, and everything disappears and vanishes in just like
yeah,
matter of seconds. And also, he's just riding into his base.
yeah. Nothing
I
more
mean,
nice than
Harry.
attacking the barracks.
Yeah, and
What?
I mean, like,
Are you for real?
why the heck? Especially he has like,
It was a bit
okay,
stupid
now
from Harry, by the way, because he's gonna get caught, and
I
if
mean,
Ringhamus, maybe not so
maybe it
stupid.
won't get
Yeah.
bad.
Okay, this is going to be a pretty interesting fight, because look, there's gonna be a race between two players,
Most
probably.
probably he will just catch him in
Yeah,
half. So
maybe.
this will be something. I think it.
Whoa, but
Yeah.
look,
Also, there's some
Ringhamus
reinforcements from
has
Blackie as well.
Ringhamus has pretty good fighters here. They will probably kill the horses.
No, they won't for sure. He's just losing his melee for nothing here.
Yeah,
At least he's buying some time, or I don't know. But this situation
yeah,
is terrible.
yeah. It couldn't have gone
As
worse,
Blackie
pretty
is
much.
going into the base
Oh,
of
how nice.
Papagalis.
Okay, Let me just say one thing. Last two games that I've shown, I was pretty pissed that they were like 10 minutes only and there was like a one-sided battle. In this case, I don't even know if we can call this a battle. This is like they are attacking two bases at the same time, and it's pretty obvious that there's gonna be massive damage to the team which has less troops. So interesting,
Yes,
but
but
look at
this is
this.
only the only fault is on the side of MK team, to be
Okay,
honest, because
let's
lack of towers. Sorry, this
look at what's
tournament.
happening. By the way, I think that if the left side plays their cards right, they might actually go away with this. Look at the fight between Harry and the MKs. But there's still a lot of spam here.
You know,
Yeah, it's
he has
scary.
too many horses. No, Harry has
Yeah.
too many horses for sure, and he should
Yeah,
be quite
no
fine
melee.
here. Even though he loses his pikes, this is not that bad.
And some of
This
the...
is not okay. It is quite.
Yeah, this is quite nice, but still probably not enough to like make the difference
this
here.
can be an no. This
Whoa!
I mean,
Hold on.
wait a minute.
There's a... Can you see this?
Yeah.
Harry starts to lose, but he...
no, but
yeah.
Black has horses. He's
Oh crap, yeah. It's gonna be
No,
very,
this
very hard.
messy. But
Yeah.
what's going on? Okay, but there's
They did some
action
damage.
going,
On the bottom, yeah.
on the bottom. Okay, so Papagali has finished his tower right on time. Okay,
Whoa.
but I don't get it why Blackie is going into his base. Look at the firepower from Papagali. It is tremendous
Yeah.
in comparison to Blackie, in my opinion. But yeah, Sovereign Hamas is dead officially, and right now they're just join the forces on bottom. So this is like there's going like more than 10 horses to help. So there will just be a sandwich from 10 horses from top and some. But this looks messy.
Yeah.
Not messy, but messy.
Exactly, that kind of messy, yeah.
Yeah. But still the damage to their bases.
Yeah.
It's just too much. It's just too much though.
Yeah.
Hamas is out of game. Their bases are working, even though Harry has some small starvation in his base, but it's just not a problem if he has a market. But he doesn't give a damn about his base though.
Yeah.
But I get it totally.
I
Okay,
mean,
so
if...
Blackie.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think no, just cleaning up their bases out of serfs is just enough to win the game, in my opinion. Even Blackie loses his stuff here. It doesn't make. I mean, it doesn't make a difference. They can just GG right now. So. If someone asks me how this game will end, I wouldn't dare to say that this is going to end here. Really, this is like
Yeah. The
going
last
out of-
place.
And I don't really get this. What is he doing? Like he's pushing only with bows first, using their bows. Like, why would you do that, boy? Okay, there's some reinforcements coming from behind. Blackie is sleeping with his horses here for now. Okay, so right now he's moving out with the stuff on the bottom.
Okay. Seems like they finally started fighting in the corner, and Rihamus just lost his barracks a couple of seconds ago.
Okay, so Papagali and Hamus got sandwiched right now,
Yeah.
and this is GG. After losing his barracks and his city, I don't really know why. Maybe they forgot about the towers. I don't know. Maybe they wanted to play towerless style.
No, definitely.
But I don't know if it's worth it to play
Yeah.
without the towers. during the tournament, because in the tournament there's everything is possible. Some militia into the base or something. So I really don't know why this was like that. So yeah, and that's it. GG.
Okay. Guess that's the time to quit. So yeah, from the stats at the first sight, it doesn't look like there's a massive advantage for the LTs, but obviously they went iron only, which means that the numbers were slightly lower. They're not that low. They're still bigger than Rihamus. But the power is there, that's for sure. Just look at the iron graph. Whoa, Hadi.
Mm-hmm.
Until peacetime, he took out 200 pieces of iron ore. Produced 200 pieces of iron. So yeah, pretty massive, I'd say. You can
Yeah.
see that Blackie had about the same kind of leather production as Ringhamus. Obviously, Evil Papagali was way better in that regard, but only right after peacetime, as you can see, the difference was a bit bigger. His production started working much better. When it comes to horses, obviously massive advantage from. Yeah, the horses graph also really shows why this game was won by the LTs. It's like Nickhamus has less than Blackie, and Papagal didn't make a single horse in this game. Yeah, I think we just have to say one thing after this game, that uh, as long as I can see, Evil Papagali and Nickhamus could definitely beat some of the other teams out there. There's simply no match for the LTs, because LTs are on a whole different level, and frankly, I don't really think there's many teams which can stand against LTs at the moment. And I'm sorry if this is some blatant advertising of my own clan, but I think that may be the truth. Not sure if you agree, Firko. That's the
I do
time
not
to.
agree.
Yeah.
I think that Fuklan is much better.
Ah, of course, of course, of course. So in that case, I wait for you to win over Mexi
Yes,
in
of
one of the
course.
next rounds, and then win over LTs in final.
Okay, okay. Yes, by the way, I would like you to invite you all to the next game of the tournament, which will be maybe will be me, and with the change in the rooster, because instead of Antares Aka, also known as Don't Talk, I will play with Vieto against
Oh,
LT Trash and someone named Eminence Grice.
also known as P&A. So this game will actually happen in like 8 minutes. Is that correct or not today?
Yes, it looks like it will happen today at
Oh,
in 8 minutes or 10 minutes, something like
oh, that's nice. So I don't even have to make a break. How nice timing that is.
that.
Cool.
Yes. So small break for PP, of course,
Oh,
because Sado is
definitely.
also a human. He's not a robot. He's not a
Yeah.
Mark II guys.
Yeah, but I think I'll have plenty of time for PP break when you guys are choosing the maps in lobby, so I can still hold it. But
Okay.
yeah, anyway, that probably means that you have to prepare yourself.
Yes, I gotta prepare myself mentally. I need a drink. I need a smoke.
And the
I need
PP
to
break.
chill out and cool down before.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah. So thank you for having me on your stream today, Sado.
Yeah, thank you, Filko, and I hope to make some more streams from this tournament with you if the time permits.
Of course, I would like to too. Okay, thank you and have a good one streaming the next game.
Yeah, thank you.
Ciao.
Yo.
User left.
And as you just heard, we're not finishing up right there. Just in 7 minutes, we're gonna join another lobby where there's gonna be a new, not a new team. The team called Fuck You will play against team called Sick Imagination. So, like Filko said, his new teammate is Vieto. as a replacement, and I think it's a pretty worthy replacement because Vieto is a pretty good player, and this still probably means that it's going to be a pretty interesting game. I think both teams are on a pretty similar level. Maybe I would even think that the Polish guys can have slightly bigger chance, but that remains to be seen. So yeah, I think I'm going to wait for the new lobby. Oh, it's here already. Okay, so that's probably the part. Ah, you can't see it. Huh. I can see there's also... okay, hold on. I probably wanted to change the window first. Yeah, I can see there's also MS Dump here, which is the guy I mentioned before, Machina Smierti, Russian streamer. So we'll probably both stream this in 2 languages. So if you guys prefer the Russian language, you know where to go. I mean, I didn't check if he started the stream, but I'm assuming he's gonna do it. Yeah, so that's nice. Okay, so as you can see, we're already in the lobby, and the next game is about to start soon. So we've got a nice Nights and Merchants evening today. After the first game between Obsrane Podki and Mighty Kingdom was won by Obsrane Podki, which in fact is actually LT clan team, kind of. We've got another game with one of the members of my clan. We're gonna have Trash and Eminence Grise? Eminence Grise, I think that's the right way to say it. They're gonna play against Filko and Vieto, so
Hey,
I
wake
think
up.
this is gonna be a pretty interesting one. And it's about to start in a few minutes. So yeah. Okay, so I think this is the exact time I go for the break that Filko mentioned a few minutes ago. So I'll be back in just a few minutes, and we're gonna begin this one, or maybe, yeah, it doesn't seem like they started. So yeah, be right back. And we're back here. Sorry for the break. Thankfully I didn't miss any action, although this is interesting. Seems like there's a bit more interesting kind of army combination here, and honestly, I don't know why Eminence and Trash didn't try to catch Filko in this position, because I think this was a pretty bad one. And he was a bit lucky here. So thankfully, no such thing happened. Okay, some shootout. Like you can see in this one, you can see a lot better army combination with some horses and a lot of melee. You can storm attack, you can dance, you can do everything you want. One noteworthy thing: no iron here. Interesting. We're gonna have a first catch on the left side. With Vieto being called here. Doesn't look too good. Now Filko is gonna get caught by Trash probably. To me it seems like there's not a lot of shooters in this one, so it's pretty interesting. We'll have to see what will happen here. I think Filko might get an advantage soon in the middle here. Sorry. That's not what I wanted to do. But yeah, the left side you can see that Vieto is losing, and on the right side Filko is not winning as fast as he'd like to. So it seems like this battle is probably going to go well for a Sick Imagination team. So yeah, they're still fighting though, and oh, I don't think this is a good position, but Vieto with one troop here. Oh, interesting. Insane micro skills from Vieto, but Filko would have to win very fast in the middle to make a difference here, because his bowmen are gonna get crushed pretty soon. Yeah, this is interesting. They still got a chance. I think it's not a big chance, but still. Vieto is doing everything he can. Filko is gaining an advantage here, but now he's gonna get attacked. And yeah, now they should start shooting. Eminence is bringing in the forgotten reinforcements, and it seems like Filko is winning over here. This is an interesting turn of events. I didn't anticipate this may happen. The shooters did a pretty big difference, although, yeah, this is a win. That was a very close one. Whoa. Pretty interesting fight, I gotta say. Pretty interesting fight. So yeah, I really hope they're not gonna wait for 10 hours until they pick their map and pre-build and get ready. But just in case that happens, you guys are free for like 25 minutes. Yeah, and well, even if they start right away, there's still gonna be some time before real action happens in this game. So if you don't enjoy listening to me too much and just want to see the action, then just stay with us and come back a bit later. It's my advice to you. So yeah. Anyway, as you could see a couple minutes before, we're right after the first game today, which was, hold on for a second, Obscene Podki versus Mighty Kingdom. Okay, hold on, I have to congratulate. Yeah, really interesting fight actually. And after seeing this, I can't wait for what happens uh,
Hey, wake
in
up.
the next stage of fighting, which will happen after peacetime. Really well done from both teams actually. They were fighting until the last breath, that's for sure. So yeah, we're going with the bands. So just so you can see, I think I'm gonna show you the list somewhere here, real quick. How do I show the window? Okay, that's not what I wanted to show. Oh, that's more like it. Okay, so hopefully I don't forget to take this out soon. So yeah, we've got these maps here, and we've crossed out Golden Cliffs, Crystal Falls, Shadow Realm, and Akna. So there's not going to be Akna played today, which leaves us with 5 maps left. Uh, let's wait to see which 2 maps will be banned by Firko and Vieto. Knowing them, I have a feeling this might be. Actually, I don't know. Probably gonna go for against Ide and Complication Simplicity. That's that's what I would guess. Uh, Although the first maps they banned were Golden Cliffs and Crystal Falls. This is a pretty weird combo because Golden Cliffs is like a very classic old map. I wouldn't say, look at that. Bullseye, I knew it. I expected they will go against less known maps because that's the expectation I usually have against when it comes to TeamSpeak people. So we've got Complication and E-Day, and this leaves us with Eruption Mirror and Silver Heaven. I have a feeling there's gonna be Eruption left here in the end. Wouldn't cross out Silver Heaven either. I would be slightly surprised by Mira, but it's also played a lot these days, so there's still a possibility. But this will definitely take a minute or two for the other team, for Seek Imagination, to pick out of these 2. So we probably have to wait a bit. And by the way, I think it might be a good time to send you the link here to the spreadsheet. You can see the standings and rules here. Hold on for a second. I screwed it up a bit. Yeah, they still didn't. Yeah, well, nobody said it's gonna be easy. Anyway, it seems like they're considering Silver Heaven, so I was almost right. Honestly, I've got not much preference here. Maybe Mira would be a pretty interesting map, but I don't know how it works in 2v2, because I think I've never seen a Mira 2v2 game, at least so far. So I'm not sure if that works as well as 4v4 does. Yeah. Huh. So they're going for Mira, actually. Interesting. Okay. So I guess we will see after all if it's a good one for 2v2. It seems like they're not really satisfied. That's funny. Okay. Is this a first? Is this the first game on this map? I'm not quite sure right now. Mm. Yeah, there was actually a game played there in the first round between Motherland and Dutch Pride. So yeah, I think that's the time to switch off the browser and let's go. Hmm. I can take a look at the rules to make sure that we've got the right map here. Okay. Hmm. Okay, so seems like Filco and Vieto already picked the locations. Quick look to check if these are not forbidden. Left versus right. Team members must be enabled locks. Yeah, that works. 5 plus 6. Same on the other side. Yeah, 1, 2. Okay, that works. Yeah, 1-2 versus 5-6. Okay. So I guess there's gonna be like 5 minutes until we start. Interesting that I have more viewers on Twitch than YouTube today. We're still waiting for two games to be played. WP versus Cats and Gum Goal versus Smurfs. We've got Langer and Botso in WP, and in Cats we've got where are they? There's us and Thirds. Yeah, I hope this game is going to be played, because there's some problem to get us and Thirds to contact Botso. So if you guys are listening, Botso is looking for contact with you. He already wrote on Discord in a few channels, so if someone can help to connect them, then this would be appreciated as well. The other game, Gamgol, so Gamer and Golem versus Smurfs. Mickey and Sokol. It's a pretty interesting game. If I remember correctly, both Gamer and Golem were from Belarus. And I definitely remember correctly that Mickey and Sokol are from Poland. So, we're starting here. So finally, the second game of the tournament, which is played today in round 1, is officially on. So like I mentioned before, this will probably be a pretty interesting game, and the skill level of these players should be pretty similar. I'm not sure about Vieto, because I didn't see him in a long while, but I think usually when he came back after a bigger break, he had a pretty nice base, so there's still a pretty good chance he's not forgotten how to play, and that's what I'm counting for today. Otherwise we might be in for a very short game, obviously, but wouldn't be worried by that. We've also got Dampir, also known as Maszyna Śmierci, and we'll have to check his pokes once in a while. I guess he's showing all the bases at the moment, so we've got let's do the same to not be worse. We've got Firko and Vieto on the right side, and on the left side we've got Eminence Grice and Trash. Quite a lot of poking this guy likes to do. But we can follow him for a while, because there's not much stuff happening at the moment. As he just showed you, there's not a lot of trees on this map. I think that's the point he was trying to make. Although looking at the right side, I would say that the situation looks a bit better on these logs. It's a bit surprising. It looks like a bit imba between those teams. I don't know if this is nice. We've got 3 forests per team. Sorry, per player here. Maybe I'm exaggerating. It's not that bad. Yeah, it's pretty much the same. Maybe the placement can be a bit different. Because, for example, here you've got. Sorry, you've got the trees in the middle of the base here. So, although, yeah, you just keep building towards the bottom. It's not a big deal. So makes sense, I guess. Same here, yeah. So the trees actually separated from the main content of the base, so it should be fine, I guess. Okay. Okay, there's a question to Mr. Streamer. This means me. Who do you think has better chances in this game, in percent if possible? That's a tough one. That's a really tough one because honestly, apart from Firko maybe, I didn't see these 4 guys in a game since very long time. I remember last time I've been seeing Trash playing, he was pretty unstable. He had definitely his worst moments at that moment. But it was like 4 months ago, 5 months ago, so I have no idea how he plays these days and if he's in shape. He used to be a pretty terrific player, so I'm expecting him to do his best. As for the P&R, also known as Eminence Grise, I cannot say anything. I've seen him long time ago playing this game. From what I remember, I think he was a pretty good spammer, but that's all I can remember. As for Vieto, pretty similar story because I didn't see him play since maybe even years. So I only remember that every single time he went back, he was pretty good, and that probably means that he might have a good game today. And this leaves us with Firko, who is definitely in a very good shape, and I would be really surprised to see him have a bad game. If he was with Antares, I would be sure that this is one of the teams that not everyone will give chances to win the tournament, but I would give them the chance. As far as many people could be surprised by that, maybe. But with Vieto, it depends if Vieto didn't forget how to play. I'm pretty confident he didn't. In the fight on Cross, you could see that he didn't forget how to fight, at least. Now let's see if he didn't forget how to build. So, to sum up, if Vieto's skill level is as it used to be, I would say 60% for the Polish team even. But there's too many variables here, really. I don't know enough about the current skill level of all the players here, so it's really hard to say anything about it at the moment. And yeah, Rita Destotes in the meantime said what I managed to say a few minutes later, that Meta was already played before. By the way, to those who are angry at me for not mentioning what you guys are writing on the chat, that's kind of my thing. But also there's 10 minutes delay, which is just like the tournament rules say, that there has to be 10 minutes delay for the streamers. So because of that, my answers to your questions can be a bit late. I try to check the chat out once in a while, but due to the delay, you might get answers a bit later expected. It's not practical for me to use the chat to answer you because I have to steer the camera, you know, so you guys can constantly see all the bases. That's why I prefer to answer by speaking rather than writing. Okay, I can see there's still quite some viewers here. I guess Saturday evenings are always good for streaming. Yeah. Looking at the very beginning of these bases, in the first 10 minutes, it seems like Eminence Grice made the most important buildings for the beginning. He's got a sawmill. He's going now for both the first farm and the first gold mine. Using a bit of a strange road here to get to the coal, but I think it's a good idea because there's some time right now to make some roads, and there's definitely gonna be a shortcut over here in a few minutes. You can already see Filco makes a really nice beginning with the roads over there. While Vieto will still need a couple minutes before his base has a real center. At the moment it looks like spider's legs, as one of Fortnite players used to say. Which is usually not good for the efficiency of the base, but in this case this location forces him to build like this, so I think it's what he has to do. In Trash's case, it's also not too bad. I have some concerns regarding the road below Storehouse School, because it's the main road of the city right now, and there's no other shortcut like here, for example. There's no shortcut here, so this may become a problem soon. But it depends how fast he can make the second road, alternate road somewhere here, for example. And it's hard to say when that could happen. Okay, I think I'm just gonna stop following his beacons by by habit, you know, and will try to do my own thing. Anyway. Golem says that they're playing tomorrow 10 o'clock. So depending on if it's in the morning or the evening, then I can't or can stream this. I mean, I don't think I'd like to try to make a stream at 10 before the okay. So okay, let's keep looking at the bases. I wonder if Vieto is going to make some buildings soon in this area above the storehouse and school. I really like the way Trash's base looks like at the moment. It seems really small. Obviously, he's gotta make it way bigger. Okay, so the next game for Game and Golem will be played in the morning. It's a bit unfortunate. I'll think about streaming this, but honestly, I'm not sure I can wake up that early. Because it's Sunday, come on, man. But obviously, there may be some time zones in play, and that might be because that might be the reason they play so early. They're playing against Smurfs. Ah, the Polish team. Okay. Ah, interesting. So the time zone should not be a problem actually. I don't know. Maybe they just prefer this. But this problem is there's not going to be too many people who would want to watch so early. Actually, it's Sunday, so maybe I'll think about it. Maybe I can manage, because I would really love to. I would really love to see that game. Soko and Miki versus Game and Golem. I probably would think that the Polish guys have a bigger chance to win that one, but Game and Golem are pretty efficient spammers, and I wouldn't cross them out too soon. So we'll see tomorrow how it goes. We didn't look at Filko's base in quite a while. The guy who you were able to hear along with me commentating the previous game, now he can show if he knows how to play the game actually, instead of complaining about other people's bases. Interesting idea to make. Sorry, there's 4, not 3. Never mind, it's fine. You can see this location has pretty annoying resources. You have the gold quite far away at the bottom here, and the iron even further away to the left. It's not very pleasant, I would say. Yeah, it takes some time to get there. I mean, as Grice, you can see he's going for a roundabout here. This is probably not the worst idea. I would also think about a road later on from the sawmill to the gold smelter. And he'll definitely go for the iron mine soon. I think it might be a good moment to check out how far everyone is with trying to make the iron production. So it seems like the left side completely gave up on the iron so far, trying to finish up at least a bit of the leather production before going for it. Eminence Grice is starting to make the road right now, while Trash keeps making more farms at the moment. Seems like Eminence's base looks slightly better than Trash's. It's interesting. It's even despite the fact that I would say that Trash's location seems easier, slightly easier on the first look. I don't know. Anyway, on the right side, it seems like Filko is already finishing up his first iron mine. The downside is that he's slightly slower with his farms than his opponents. Regarding Vieto, he's not too far behind. He's already making his first iron mine as well, and trying to make the roads for the second one. So it seems quite fine, and he also got 2 farms and making the third one, which leaves him only slightly behind Filko. Okay, so you can also see Trash is making shortcuts along the way as he makes the buildings, which is a really good thing to do. Because right now, when he doesn't have anything below this building, it costs less time to make these roads than, for example, when he made a building below the swine farm. and try to make some roads between the two buildings or building drafts. No one is angry, come on. I have no idea what you're referring to, Mulberry. But I'll take a look at what I was talking about. With the 10-minute delay, it can be a bit funny to understand what is happening on the stream. Anyway, I'm happy no one is angry. That's all I can say. Yeah. So it seems like Filko could use a road or two on the left side here, but maybe not yet. I mean, it's not a big deal yet. Looking at this placement of the inn here, I'm not sure I like it. Although, I mean, just look at these buildings here, the three main buildings next to each other. I'm not sure if they had a choice of making the inn later. Oh yeah, definitely. He would never make this as a third building in this spot. So yeah, Filko could choose another place for this. Interesting choice. Definitely a good choice for a fisherman though. You can see a good player always makes shortcuts like this one. Without shortcuts like this one, the base will not be working too efficiently. So it's always a good idea to make some shortcuts. I'm kind of repeating myself, but whatever. It looks like Vieto will make his iron production on the top and or the left side of his school, which is probably the best choice. Definitely, yeah. He's slightly behind with the farms, I would say, but other than that, it looks fine. On the left side, it seems like the Sick Imagination team is going on for the iron production at the moment. Trash is really slow with it, but it's not an easy thing to do on this location. If only I knew where the storehouse is placed here, but I think that it has to be somewhere here, so I'm a bit surprised he didn't choose location 1. Honestly, I don't understand very well why he would go for the other location, because iron production would be far easier to do on location 1, and I think the balance would be a bit better there, but otherwise I'm not gonna complain too much. I also have to admit I don't really like the layout of this location. I'm not sure if I would have wanted to play it myself, so I gotta respect Trash for choosing something that's not too obvious, and hopefully it will be for the better for his army quality on peacetime. I guess we'll see. Okay, so sorry for this, but I think I need 2 minutes of a break. So I'll be back in those 2 minutes. Okay, I'm back. Apologies for the delay. Long time, Harry. Second time you think Polish team have better chance. Not sure about your neutrality. Not sure either. But we'll see, I guess. But I gotta admit, it's I don't exactly have much higher hopes for the Polish team here than Trash and Enmien's Grime. I think it's like any result here other than everyone failing their bases and calling it a GG can happen. So I will not be surprised by anything. If I had to pick, I would probably pick the Polish guys, but it depends on so many things here that I can't really tell who's gonna win. So just for fun, I had to pick someone. But no matter who loses, I will be very sad because it's either my clanmate uh, or two Polish friends. So it's a tough one, you know. It's a lose-lose game for me. So and by the way, which was the time that I opted for a Polish team? Because if you're thinking about Obsrane Podki, the weirdest thing is that they're not Polish. They're German and Dutch, but they chose to have a Polish name for some reason. So it's kind of funny. Previously, if I remember, I streamed a game with 4 Polish players, so it was hard to not pick a team with Polish players over the others. So there you have it. Anyway, trying to take another look at these bases. The moment on the left side we've got about 5-6 farms per player, some very early iron production. Yeah, there's barely one thing. Don't buy this one. Yeah, there's like 3 or 4 iron armors and shields produced so far. Quite similar thing happens here. Yeah, only 2 pieces of armor or shields were made in this building so far. I'm guessing that on the right side it's gonna be slightly better. Not really. Not sure what that meant. Yeah, it seems like even if with Filko it looked like he's gonna be way faster. He really isn't, although his iron smithy is having a bit better output, so if he finishes up his other buildings, he's probably gonna overtake Trash a little bit. When it comes to Vieto, yeah, this looks pretty similar to what Eminence Grime, Grise, not Grime, Grise. Eminence Grise has, yeah. Maybe slightly better for Eminence, not sure. Hard to say because he just built the barracks, I think, yeah. From the looks of it, they're even or Vieto is better, but I'm not quite sure. So, yeah. Regarding the farms on the right side, it seems pretty similar to the left. So one guy with 5, one guy with 6. Although just finished the 6th farm from Vieto. Filco's base layout is pretty small. The farms in the middle are making it artificially bigger though, and I'm not quite sure if this is like the best thing to do. Still, it's probably not that much of a deal because he had to make them somewhere. Maybe somehow he could put them on the right side here, but then he really needs some space for the what's it called, for the forests. So it's like you can't have both. So I don't think this was a particularly bad decision, because this is a spot where it's pretty fast that you can make farms here. So I think it works. Looking at Eminence Grise, I like the placement of farms. I'm hoping it was fast enough to make the first farm easily and fast. Yeah, but other than that, that it's a bit further from the storehouse. If it wasn't an issue, then this is a perfect placement because it doesn't interfere with your code of the base. The same thing I'm always talking about, the base ideally should have its center with buildings only. No farms with farm fields and no woodcutters with forests around. Only buildings and roads. This usually works the best, and if you make enough shortcuts, obviously that's another pretty important thing to do. Then your base should be working optimally, at least in theory. So yeah, I like the layout of Enterprise. Damn it, I'm getting it all wrong all the time. Eminence, yeah, Enterprise Grime. That sounds like his new nickname. I did not wish to invent, but anyway. Maybe I should call him EG so I can remember it. My apologies for that. So yeah, Eminence Grise has a really good base layout. I like it, and yeah, the thing I'm always talking about, the separation of the woodcutters is also pretty nice. Yeah, I have some confidence in this base. We'll see how the leather output looks like, but for now, I would say about 30 iron iron troops on peacetime is what he's aiming for. Maybe slightly less, but we'll see. Other than that, we also got Trash in his team, and the layout is even better, I would say. The base seems even smaller, even despite the fact that there's a massive amount of space between Storehouse and Iron Mountains. So it's a really nice way that Trash managed to build in the direction of the iron mines and coal mines over here. So this should give him some nice results right now. I think the leather will be slightly better than the iron, although he should have at least 25 iron without much problem, maybe slightly more. So all in all, pretty similar to his teammate. When it comes to Vieto and Filco, Filco still needs barracks, which is kind of bummer. Yeah, kind of a big bummer. But the iron amount seems pretty much on par with his enemies, if not a little better. But it's hard to say right now. Yeah, it seems very similar. Although I can see he's not making swords yet. This is pretty interesting. He'll definitely make one more weapon smithy soon. And yeah, we'll see in a couple minutes how it's gonna work out. He's probably aiming for about 10 horses on peacetime. Is it possible? Does he have any? Yeah, not yet. But they blocked. They blocked and yeah, it seems like he's gonna have his first force pretty soon. Yeah, called it. Okay, that looks fine. And so yeah, let's leave his base and look. But before we go to Vieto, I've already been talking about the layout of Philo's base, so it's not ideal because of the farms over here, but this is probably the best way you can make the farms without sacrificing the first farm time of being built. I mean, the time when you make the first farm should be as short as possible. Because so it should be near storehouse more or less. So that's probably why this placement was chosen, even despite making the base slightly bigger for no reason, for little reason. Okay. In Vieto's case, he managed to make a really small base with a lot of buildings on the top of the base and a lot of farms on the bottom. Some of the workshops are on the bottom as well, and a couple other buildings, which seems quite fine, especially when you take a look at the top, which seems to work pretty well. As for the traffic jam over here, what's the cause? So he definitely needs that road, I think, because it's not possible to make one here, unfortunately. That would be also a good idea, but if it's impossible, you can't do much about it. And yeah, so yeah, maybe something like this would be needed as well. I'm not sure. You know, sometimes it's better to not make a road instead of doing it, because if he didn't make this road on the right of his school, there's maybe even a chance that there would not be no traffic jams in this area. Because you can see this is a point where everyone coming from here and likely here goes in. And also from here, yeah. So this is a kind of a rough spot. Still, it was hard to place the buildings better in this area, because we would need one more 3 building instead of one of those 3-on-4s. So stables of Spine Farm. There's simply not too many buildings you want to place so early into the game here. So I guess Vieto has to live with what he's got over here. But yeah, I would consider doing a road on those fields, because it might make some of these guys reconsider and turn to the left instead of going into the bottleneck over here. Yeah, so there's like 10 minutes to peacetime. I can say that I already love what Vieto has in barracks, but he definitely needs a bit more swords. That's the biggest problem right now. Other than that, the leather is already pretty nice. I think he's gonna aim for about 45 leather units on peacetime. I have no idea why our colleague is mentioning the school. I'll just follow him then. But other than that, yeah, it's because Filko is the only guy without a second school. He just made it, and his barracks were also quite late. Yeah, so okay. Anyway, at the moment, I would say that Fitko is the one with the worst iron from all the players, and Vieto probably the best. Maybe not. Oh wait, yeah, better than Eminence and better than Trash, it seems. Yeah. So okay, doesn't look too bad. Yeah, I think with confidence now I can already say that Vieto's base is definitely a success. Um, Not sure about Fitko actually. It looks shaky at the moment. Like the amount of army he will make may not be as good as I imagined he will make. On the left side, it seems kinda similar. Like I have a bit more hopes in the top base rather than the bottom. So Trash has a very little time, and he needs a lot of weapons at the moment. So it does not look good for him. I think it looks better for Fidko maybe. Oh crap, he still has no swords at all. What the heck is this? Whoa. Pretty interesting. Yeah, this looks like a problem. But still, his leather jackets and leather weapons are slightly better than Trash. So at the moment, I would say that the advantage is on the right side. So it seems like that apart from showing some favoritism towards Polish teams, or at least teams with a Polish name, might have been right. But let's take a look here. Yeah, if not for the fact that Eminence Grice lacks quite some weapon. Oh, wait a second, he's got also pikes. So that's 14. Okay, now that's more like it. Yeah. So they've got pretty similar armies actually. Lacking a few swords, that's for sure, but I guess with some time should be fine. Yeah, but other than that, we also got Trash and Firko competing over here for the second place in their team. Sorry, okay, what I just said didn't make much sense, did it? Yeah, but anyway, yeah, it looks slightly better on Firko's side. Although the iron is, I don't know. Interesting army combo from Firko, a little bit of everything. But at least, as you can see, he has completely no problem making the amount of wooden weapons that he needs. It's not that bad with iron weapons either. It's on Trash's level at the moment, so he should be fine when the time comes. There's 4 minutes till peacetime. I gotta say, expected a little bit more from these guys. I mean, the amount of weapons they are lacking is a bit worrying, but other than that, it should be mostly even and slightly biased towards the right side this game. So kind of what I was expecting, like mostly even but with a pointer to the right. So I'm glad to see that I was quite right, because my expectations were also that this game will be quite a close one, and that's the best we can hope for a really long and nice fight. No camping and no easy win after 10 minutes. I'll prepare myself to make a... Oh, damn it. I'll prepare myself to make a roundup of what everyone has in barracks. I'll start maybe a bit earlier this time. So we have got Eminence Grice against V8 over here. With Eminence Grice about 35, yeah, 35, exactly the same, at least at this very moment. When it comes to the leather jackets, it looks pretty good for both players here. And we still got 2 minutes, so it's possible they're gonna have a bit more. As you can see, they're advancing pretty nicely. When it comes to the iron amount, we've got a little deficiency in swords from Eminence Grice. And pretty nice, yeah, slightly lacking swords as well from V8, but it's not a big deal, I think. These armies are quite even, I would say. There's not much difference, slight difference for horses, for the iron, but I would say, apart from the fact that he's lacking a lot of swords, which is kind of a bummer for Eminence Grice, other than that, really good job from both these players. Yeah, pretty much even, if not for the swords. And Trash versus Filko. So for Trash we've got about 30 leather units versus 37 units, if I can count correctly, from Filko. Yeah, not a huge difference. A bit more horses, 3 more horses from Filko. And when it comes to the iron amount, yeah, Filko needs about 7 more armors to make all of his pikes. Oh, and he's lacking a lot of swords, so this is kind of a bummer as well. I mean, he will probably deal with it in the next couple minutes, but it seems like there's slight advantage for Trash. I mean, it's hard to say because Filko, where Filko lacks in swords, he gains in a few more horses and slightly better leather unit production. So it seems pretty even. This is the best we could hope for, guys, really. For the first time, it really looks even when I'm streaming a game from this year's tournament. So let's hope for the best. It really looks like we've got a big chance for a nice fight, nice game, and for this game to not be too one-sided, unless somebody makes a horrible mistake in fight. But from the fight map stage, I think it could be seen that both teams were pretty good, and if not for the fact that you know, nobody's gonna stand and do nothing for a long time in such a small fight map situation, then you know, both teams could win this easily. And the same thing can happen here. Thankfully, the amount of units is not an issue here, and all marks at a really nice game for a change. Finally, that's not one-sided. So yeah, let's wait a couple minutes until the players are back in the lobby and they're ready, and we can see what happens after peacetime. One last look at the chat. Dzięki Lil FMTG. Tak, udało mi się przeczytać nika. Yeah, and not much more happened here. Forgive me, guys, that I'm not always looking here, but sometimes I have a bit of a problem doing many things at once. So. Oh, they're already. Not sure if Filko is here. But other than that, it seems like everyone is eager to get started. We are all definitely eager as well. So when Filko is back, he's going to push the magic button, and we'll see what happens after peacetime. So the two last games, one of them, Gramgol versus Smurfs, is going to be played tomorrow morning around 10 o'clock. I'm not quite sure I can wake up so early, so I'm not promising I'm gonna stream this one. Maybe I'll try, but let's be realistic. Yeah, go. Okay, so we're right after peacetime in 2 seconds. Yeah, I mean now. So the armies are pretty even. The map is pretty interesting for the fight. What else could we want to get? I have no idea what he tried to write here. Let's see the fog. Well, that was quick. Seems like the right side lost quite some horses. If I remember, Filco had about 9. So I think he lost at least 4 overall. Interesting setup. So yeah, it doesn't look like both teams see a lot. Although Vieto just broke through the enemy lines right now. And he's gonna see a lot. In the meantime, I think Trash might scout a lot as well. I thought Vieto is going to do a better job of scouting, but it's not something I would call satisfying. Would rather scout somewhere here if I had the chance. He didn't though, because he couldn't go like here. He tried probably to go back with his horse above the mountain somehow. Would not have been easy, but doable. Anyway, seems like the left side is lining up over here. And Trash is already trying to attack Vieto, and this is probably the best thing he could do because Filco is really far away. Whoa, this looks pretty bad. Just a storm attack away from winning, I would even say. Yeah, exactly. Trash going in for the kill. Although it's an extremely bad position for him because Filco is also shooting. Yeah, this actually might work in the Polish team's favor, I think. They've got a massive advantage here on the top, and I really don't understand the movements of... oh, is it gonna be another short one? Yeah, and the fact that Filko is so slow actually is good, because he will have fresh troops for later. But definitely this might be an interesting fight still, because there's a lot of troops over here from Trash waiting to join the fight, and Vieto has nothing left almost when it comes to melee. Okay. Overall, I'm not sure if it was good or bad for Trash to do this maneuver. He lost quite some troops, that's for sure. He killed some, but was it worth it? I mean, looking at what Trash has left and Vieto, I would say it was pretty similar losses on both sides. Maybe Trash has a bit more left, I don't know. But it's good, because right now it does not look like if anyone has a massive advantage, so the game will probably be close for a couple minutes. Or at least we'll get a very intensive fight. Filko going in for some kills here. Yeah, he shows how to dance with those horses. There's gonna be a catch, yeah. Not a good one! Oh, there's some pikes here. Although there's so many bows that it might not be good for either of teams in that area. But Filko lost all his horses for nothing. Yeah, so that was definitely a mistake. Now Filko going in. I'm really not sure if the Polish team should be attacking right now. They don't have the firepower to go through this. Filko is gonna get caught and outshot, I'm afraid. But he's not stopping. He's trying. It might work, but I don't really believe it. Although this battle snake might work in his favor if he shoots for enough time. I don't know. But the numbers of shooters on the left side are not as big as I thought they're gonna be. Well, what is Vieto doing? Using his bows as melee. Yeah, it looks really bad for the Polish team. I think it's gonna be GG pretty soon. Yeah, it's a complete... What is happening here? They're still shooting, they're still sending reinforcements. Doesn't look too good for them though. They could still try to go back. They're kinda trying, but it's way overdue. They didn't make as much damage as they should, and I believe it's gonna be over soon, even despite pretty nice fighting skills shown later in this fight. This is too little and too late, I would say. So yeah, there's a massive advantage for Trash and Eminence Grice at the moment, after I think a horrible mistake from Filko. It hurts my heart to say these words aloud, but that's how it looked like for me. I really don't think he should have attacked like this. This was a terrible attack. Sorry, Filko. Better luck next time. It's still not over, because they can still send some reinforcements, but they'd better get as many as it's possible. Because the other team doesn't seem to get as many at the moment, though. So there's a little chance they might actually defend it. But not like this. They're losing a lot of balls over here. This looks really bad, yeah. This not really doesn't look like there's much chance for the Polish team. They keep going back. I would say that there's a very little chance this is gonna work. They're definitely trying in the right way, going back, trying to shoot, but I don't think this will work over Trash and Eminence Grice. They're just too good enough. Too good, not good enough. That's not the word I wanted to say. I want to say too good for this to work. Although Trash will probably lose on the bottom. And if Vieto can manage to catch those troops on the top, yeah, it starts looking better for the Polish team. So maybe the game is not going to be won by Trash and Eminence Grice that soon. Yeah, it looks even better right now. They killed a lot. If they can kill those bows as well, then we're back to square one, and the game is definitely going to get much longer. Yeah, it looks pretty nice for the time being. So it looks like it wasn't how many? 10-minute game after all. Both teams have a little army left, and they have some time to rebuild. I still got a feeling that the left side is going to have an advantage in the upcoming fight because they have a lot of bowmen left, and this is going to be a real pain for the right side. Definitely they got to restock the towers soon, and yeah, and oh, sorry. That's the most important thing at the moment. Huh. I'm just gonna check the rules real quick, but from what I remember, the tower limit was 8 per player. Oh, for a second. I was pretty sure I've seen a rule about the towers, but I can't find it at the moment. Just to be sure we're on the safe side. Yeah, but I can't find it. Sorry. From what yeah, max 8 towers per player. House plans do not count. Yeah. Okay, so looks like we're in the clear. As you can see, there's 4 towers in Vieto and 5 in Filco base. Let's check again here. 6 towers here. Looks fine, and 4 here. Yeah, all clear. Anyway, as you can see, the armies are slightly bigger now, so Eminence, Grice and Trash are most likely going to try to attack Filco and Vieto again. And Filco and Vieto have the advantage of their own battlefield along with the towers from Vieto. So I don't think it's gonna work. I'm sorry for being on the Polish team's side too much at the moment, but there's more chance for them. They've got actually this is not the best position for Filco. It's good for now, but he will probably... no, it's actually pretty nice. I would even not go back like this in his case. I would just shoot from this side. It's not a problem. They can't attack him here. They can't go here because he will go back. So it was a pretty good spot to sit at. Anyway, I was about to check the stream chat. Okay. Yeah, so it kind of seems like they're gonna stand for a while and shoot each other, maybe shoot down some towers. So yeah, that's the moment when Filco tries to make Eminence Grice get out of his base. Now Firko tried to outshoot Trash a bit, but kinda outshot himself. He's still got a little bit of an advantage here. You can see that Vieto is using not a lot of archers, but with a quite wide formation. He can still match Eminence Grice easily. Yeah, as you can see. I mean, if I was Vieto, I would probably make one step further. Ah, crap. Yeah, and as you can see, it's not too easy to repair a watchtower. Sorry, to destroy a watchtower if you're playing against a competent enemy, because he can only he can simply use repair feature, and that's going to be the end of that problem. Hold on for a second. For the break. We've got a fight over here, and it seems like Vieto made a pretty interesting maneuver there, although Firko is again losing his horseman to the pikes, which is not too nice. Firko has a lot of shooters over here though, and it's a real shame that Vieto didn't finish to kill off more troops, more shooters over here. But Trash will have his army completely obliterated, so it still looks pretty nice for the right side. Yeah, I would say it looks pretty nice. If they can only catch as many troops as possible now, and especially this one, and kill off all these bowmen here. Although, to be completely honest with you guys, I don't think their left side can recover from this. It's a pretty tough one now. One thing which is nice for them is that the Polish guys don't have a lot of melee, but I think now if the Polish guys are wise enough about this, they should just catch. But yeah, they didn't yet, but it's still very easy to catch those troops. They should have done this right away. I don't know why they're not using storm attack feature, especially now. Come on. Lol. Okay, a little too late for that, but it's gonna work nevertheless. However, there's another problem. Yeah. Okay, it's gonna work. Yeah, they keep advancing, and I think the difference in troops amount is probably big enough for the Polish guys to win, but I guess we'll see in a while. At the moment, we can't really see much except a little bit of Eminence Gry's base here. It might take some time. And I'm afraid by the time they attack, the left side might already have enough troops to defend. The position is pretty good for defense over here, so I'm assuming it's not going to be as easy as you might have predicted by the amounts of troops only. So looks pretty nice. We'll probably have some more fighting at least. I think they're still waiting for the last reinforcements, and then they're gonna get in here. Yeah, but it already looks pretty bad for Trash and Eminence Gry's, I would say. At this moment, I think the... Well, it depends how well the Polish guys fight, but I think they showed enough both good and bad kind of skills, but probably mostly the good. There were some mistakes from the right side, but eventually it didn't look that bad in the overall picture. They lost the big fight, the second part of big fight, I'd say. But other than that, I think they showed pretty good game. But now we can see that Trash and Eminence Gry's managed to kind of surround them. I really don't understand why won't they attack like this? Because they want to attack like this. Oh, this is clever, because there's a small passage over here. If they could make the timing right, they can either catch them there, probably not, probably impossible, or maybe they can still use the mountains as an advantage to block off Trash from Eminence Gry's. Yeah, now Vieto, classic move. He will try to he will try to block him here with Vieto over here. Eminence has no chance to go below that point, which really leaves... but the problem is that this leaves Trash a lot of liberty to try and kill off Filko. So we've got two 1 versus 1 situations at the moment. Then you have your 2-hour Gamma. Yeah, but it doesn't look too bad. It's something happens, you know. It's not a total campy game. There's a lot of movement. It reminds me of, for example, game between Kirill and between Mercenary and Vanosopol, I think. Okay, and Trash and some other guy who played with Trash, probably Aso, but not sure right now, in the previous tournament. Anyway, not sure what Dumpin meant with Vieto's movement over here. Still, yeah, from what I was thinking about before, I would expect Vieto to hold Eminence Gry's in this small area. So I'm a bit surprised he didn't, because he definitely had, I think, enough firepower to do this. Maybe they're just gonna wait it over, because I think, from what I see right now, I would say Vieto is probably the best fighter out of these 4 guys, but forgive me if I'm... Yeah, that's probably not the best moment to say that, yeah. Okay. Like, at some moments you can see how he micros very well. he's constantly fighting against a lot more shooters from Eminence Grise, and yeah, it seems like I think it's not looking too well for the Polish team. If they can manage to get back with their troops, then it might be better in a while, but seems like it's interesting, because Filko has a lot more bows than Trash, and Eminence Grise has a lot more bows than Vieto. Not sure if this is beneficial to... but Trash still has a lot more bows than Vieto as well. Even before Vieto lost these bows right now, he still probably had more. So yeah, they're gonna move to a more neutral position to the middle of the map, hoping that they can get some reinforcements. And in the meantime... how much do they see? Oh, it's okay. Oh, sorry. Looking at Eminence Grise's army, however, I can see there's a lot of paper in that army, you know. A lot of militia, some X-Men as well. Only a couple of swordmen, but also a lot of bows. So it's kind of deadly combination, but with enough bowmen it can be easily defeated. Anyway, I think this position of the Polish team is not the best at the moment. Although for Filko it's pretty nice to try and kill off some extra troops. He didn't dare to catch Trash's army there. I wonder what will happen now, cause Filko might have a bit of a problem to go back. Although, nah, it should be fine. Oh, is Trash really going for this? That would be a mistake. Yeah, now they're exactly at the middle of the map. Probably the most fair place to fight at the moment. Although not the easiest one. I think no matter who attacks, we'll have a bit of a problem to do something good over here, you know. Yeah, now they go back to the left side. Yeah. Some shootout on the bottom, but otherwise not much action. I think it's a question of who loses patience first, or who makes a mistake first. I think Filko might be the guy who will try to catch something over here. He's got a little habit today of catching as many pikes with his horses as he can. So I'm a bit afraid. I'm looking curiously towards his side at the moment. Some shootouts on the top. It seems like Filko had to divide his attention between two fronts. It's never nice to do that. And as you can see, he's gonna be caught pretty soon, I think. Quite interesting what happens here. Schultz goes back, Schultz goes back. I think Filko should probably switch the fronts with Vieto at some point of time, because it's easier for him to keep Eminence Grime in check. He could, for example, try and shoot him down a bit, and then come back to killing off Trash. I think that could work better, because the Montefico has a lot of bows. But still, it's a pretty interesting tactic of Filko to try and deprive Trash of his reinforcements with some extra bowmen. And he's really got a lot of bowmen over here. Oh, that might be a mistake, but no, he didn't lose any. I Can't see any losses at all at the moment. Just a lot of horse dancing. Ah, there's some loss, but not too much. I think Filko could risk pushing here because he's got a lot of balls over there. He could decimate Trash. Yeah, there goes a fight, and immediately there come the pikes and a lot of. Yeah, Filko will lose all his horses for free. This is not a good turnout for the Polish team. I think there's gonna be a big fight right now. Filko should probably try to get back a bit because this is not the best position. Vieto is doing quite a good job, but he doesn't have the troops to do this right. And I think he should try to do something instead of getting shot over here. This is a pretty tough one for the right side, although on the top they have a bit better position, but not enough shooters to win this, I'm afraid. Vieto is still going through somehow, and Filko and Vieto on the bottom are doing a pretty good job, so I think it's not going to be a loss yet, but it's a pretty damn close to one. Thank you, Double Road Police. Nice name, by the way. Definitely will show more. Anyway, it seems like the Polish team is in a really tough spot at the moment. Yeah, Filko decides to run, and this is probably the best idea for him at the moment. All the time, it seems like the left side just defends itself from the right side's attacks, or the other way around. The Polish team defends itself well from the left side's attacks. Because both teams, I think, were attacking when they had just a little too few to do this. I think they should start working on making their opponent have a bit less troops first and then try to attack. Like they're too impatient in my opinion, and indeed it really looks like a 2-hour game to me, at least. Well, I can guarantee you 10 more minutes from what I see right now. At the moment, hey, maybe that's might be a good time to take a little look at the bases and how the food production looks like. It doesn't look too bad for Vieto, I'd say. Ah, crap, not this end. For Filko. For Vieto, seems quite empty. Although there's a second one here. Yeah, nice trade, by the way. Okay, there's still some time. So in Trash's base, yeah, I don't know. Nobody's dying, but seems kind of fine. Maybe slightly less nice than in the Polish bases. Some trading over here as well. I'm not sure about the food production on the left side, to be honest. Maybe it's good enough, but as you can see, this guy was just fed. This is pretty good for the left. Yeah, look at that position. I thought that, like, if these troops attack this, it's kinda. But there's more coming. I think this is a pretty dangerous spot for the Polish guys to be fighting in, because right now they can get attacked from Eminence Grice's side with his new reinforcements. So they're again a bit impatient in my opinion. I don't think this is a good moment to attack for them. Is there a way to see plate ones? Double road police? Do you mean Is there a way to see past streams? Yes, but on YouTube. I've got a channel on YouTube as well, and you'd have to check the archive recordings there. I will send you a link. Well, by the time you read it, you will probably see it. It seems like the Polish team is advancing, and there's a storm attack. Probably a good decision. Doesn't seem like Trash has much troops right now. Oh, but there's another. Oh yeah, that was not a good decision. Like I predicted before, it's stupidly easy to get attacked from Eminence Grice's side with a lot of troops over here. This was a massive mistake to underestimate Eminence Grice. I don't think they can recover from this one. I'm pretty sure this is gonna be the end of the Polish team, although if they kept shooting, I don't think that Filko should have been going back like this. Like, I don't know if they can save this at the moment. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Trash and Eminence Grice are gonna be way more effective killers at the moment. Yeah, like, not sure if yeah, this would be caught by that one. Yeah. Huh. Interesting catch. Yeah, there's not gonna be enough troops from the Polish guys. I think they will probably go for maybe for Filko base at this moment, because it's a bit closer and they never tried, so wouldn't hurt to do that. It's a really back and forth kind of game. Kinda surprising. Okay, so we're back to square one a bit. It actually seems like the Polish might have enough to defend themselves, although I'm not sure if Fido's towers are good enough to help defending them from Trash and Eminence Grice. Yeah, it seems like they're waiting for one more reinforcements go, and they're probably going in. How much do they see? Probably not. They see everything. Yeah, well, it's gonna be hard for them to get scared seeing this when so many reinforcements are coming. Huh. Anyway, I'm not sure how much did Vieto see. He doesn't expect the barracks to be so close here, probably. Maybe expected that they were more like on the bottom over here. Interesting place for the barracks, right next to storehouse, pretty much, you know. Anyway, yeah, they're waiting again, and waiting will probably not bode well, because if they wait, then at the moment they had a bit more troops, and if they wait too much, then when they lose the fight, they risk the enemy having way more troops. Yeah. he decided to go back a bit. But all points at a game which is really hard to win for anyone here. Two teams that really don't want to lose this one. Huh. So yeah, Hardy was right indeed. Wanted my 2-hour gaming experience. But honestly, I think the best time is 1 hour 30, because then I don't fall asleep by the time the game is resolved, and also it's not too short, you know. There's some fighting, so that's a sweet spot. Now we're over that sweet spot, I guess. This game reminds me a lot of the first games of Trash, and I don't remember who was his teammate in the previous tournament. Maybe Aso? I'm not sure right now. But there are games where like this, the first two games at least, where there was a lot of back and forth. So yeah, there's definitely a similar element at play here. So the Polish guys are going back to camp it up a little bit. Oh, Vieto is going back, and Filko is pretending to not good enough of a player, so they go after him. I think that's what he tried to do. Or maybe he was just slow. In fact, yeah. Okay, this is a pretty interesting spot to be fighting at. Not much. Oh wait, Vieto already preparing himself. But yeah, I mean, this Grice is not going to be fooled like this. Already divided some troops and waiting for that host to attack. But the left side team keeps on advancing. I'm not sure if that's the best idea. This paper army on the bottom is not going to deal much damage, and it's going to die very fast. And they're probably gonna catch these next. I think with the tower being pretty close as well, might be very easy for the Polish guys to defend this one. Still, there's plenty of shooters on both sides, probably slightly more on the left. I don't know what Vieto is doing over here, because this has to fight or go back. There's no further option. Yeah, Filko's got a lot of bowmen and not a single melee unit apart from these two horses, if you can count them as melee, and almost got caught. What is this? Lol. I don't get what they're doing, especially... Oh, crap. Well... But it seems to be working in the favor of Polish team, slowly and gradually, but they are shooting down the enemy, and if they only had a bit more melee, then I guess it would be a bit easier to By the time he should have switched to hand axes a long time ago. I mean, just look over here. Doesn't look like his base. There's some kind of problem. He's got 8 buildings. Yeah, he's making the 4th swine farm. So, yeah, that's the problem. This looks like a really long game coming. Okay, so some little shootout on the bottom. Vieto for a second was considering a catch, maybe. But I wouldn't risk it. I wonder why nobody thought of doing any sneaky maneuvers. Like, at the moment when you have slightly more troops than the enemy, you should probably make 10 militias and send them somewhere like here. And then attack. So yeah, situation probably still looks better for the left side, but the right side has a lot of shooters, and yeah, actually maybe it looks better for the right side. Okay, just a brutal catch from Vieto. Eminence Grice made a little mistake because he didn't even start shooting, and it seems like Vieto's horses are breaking through. This looks pretty good for the right side, but the left side now tries to move more troops to the top, and it seems to work. It's not like the right has a lot of melee, so this yeah, now Vieto got caught, so the Polish guys can go back, but there's not a lot of space that they can go back to. It's good that Filko keeps shooting, but yeah, it looks really bad for the right side, and I would risk saying that this is almost GG because they have nowhere to go this time. It does not look nice. I think Vieto's attack might not have been a good idea. Yeah, now they can just really... Yeah, it seems like a GG, even despite a lot of bows being still in Vilko's base. I simply can't see how they would not die. Ah, like that, okay. If Vieto makes some really fast reinforcements, there's still a chance for his team, but otherwise, I do not think there's much chance. But you can see Filko should probably stand and shoot simply at this point of time, because yeah, Vieto is helping a bit. That should help as well. Yeah, in a few more seconds, Trash is going to block the entrance of the barracks. And given how there's no recruits inside and a little bit of a gold problem? Oh yeah, no coal mines. Okay, explains a lot. I mean, it's not... The way Trash and Eminence Grice are attacking right now is not the best, but it will probably be enough. Yeah, definitely enough. Filko's army is already killed off, and it's now time for Vieto to die as well. Yep, it's GG! After 1 hour 45 minutes. The game is resolved in favor of Eminence, Grise, and Trash. Team called Sick Imagination, if I remember correctly. Yep, Sick Imagination. Ah, damn it! I wanted to save this game, so let me kick Vieto real quick, because everyone else was really. Ah, come on. Okay, got that save, and let's take a look at the stats before we quit. So yeah, really good game. Finally, I got what I wanted. Yeah, a lot of fighting, and it was really close all the time. Mostly attacks were from the left side towards the right, but not exclusively. And eventually, it seems like my predictions about the Polish side winning were not correct. So we've got Eminence, Grise, and Trash in the next round. Vieto and Filko will play in the loser bracket. Oh, and by the way, I never mentioned loser bracket until now, so I'm mentioning it right now. And let's maybe before I take a look at the ladder, let's take a look at the stats. You can see that for the most part, Eminence, Grise, and the Trash had a lot more troops together than their opponents, and the Polish team camped a bit, fought better a bit, then they tried to attack or fought worse for a bit, and the circle completed and went on and on and on. But eventually you can see that there's very little troops left, but as they were already in the Filko's base and Filko and Vieto lost all their troops, it was GG. Yeah, you can see that Polish guys had a little bit smaller bases. As for the leather jackets, Vieto had a lot less than the other 3 players. As long as horses go, Vieto was definitely the best. As far as iron production goes, same here. Oh, but actually on par with Eminence, Grise, and yeah, let's say Trash was on par as well. Slightly worse for Filko. Food production, yeah. All in all, you could see there was definitely balance in this game. Even despite the soldiers' equipped numbers, I think the right side maybe had a bit more power or something, but it definitely didn't feel like they were underpowered on the right. Okay, so the last thing I'm gonna do today is to show you the table. So yeah, so after this game is finished, we have Sick Imagination in the next round. Gonna play against well, whoever wins this one, and then the last one last game. Oh, wait a second. There's some time over here. Maybe there was some contact being made. Or maybe it's like just imaginary time, you know. Okay, so I guess that's it. Yeah, so we after 2 nice games. Well, the second was definitely nicer because it was a bit longer and there was less. There was more doubt in whether one or the other team is gonna win. And if there's some games tomorrow at some time when I can actually stream, then I'm gonna show them. but probably something in the evening. I don't think I'm gonna show this one, unfortunately, because a bit too early. But if the other one will happen tomorrow, then yeah, I'm gonna show it probably. But we'll see. Yeah, so thanks to everyone for watching me today, and if not tomorrow, then see you next time in this week or in the next weekend when the next stage of the games will be played. So right now, just to finish it off, we've got Red Star versus E-Force scheduled. We also have Gladiator versus Obscene Podki. And Kanagate against the winner of the other game here. And Sick Imagination against the winner of the other game here. I'm especially waiting for this game to happen, Red Star versus E-Force, because these are both very powerful teams. I would put my money on E-Force more than Red Star probably, but just like today, there's no big difference, and I will honestly not be surprised if Red Star wins. So everything can happen. So this is definitely the one I will try to stream for all the costs, you know. So yeah. So thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.